Every guy who starts working out wants to build a movie star-esque physique. They want to be lean year-round. They want to be strong, lean, and powerful. They want the chiseled jawline. They want to be more attractive and more confident. They want to look like Brad Pitt in Fight Club or Troy or Zac Efron in that one beach movie. But why do so many guys not achieve it? It's because they go to the gym too much. They go 6 to 7 times a week, do endless amounts of cardio, and diet on very low calories, and they wonder why they never achieve their goals. The truth is, and this sounds counterintuitive, going to the gym less is going to produce you more results. I'm going to explain exactly how you need to do it, the right systems you need to have in place, because just going to the gym less is not enough. You need to make sure you're doing the right things and have the right steps in place. These principles that I use as well will help you stay lean, build strength over time, be aesthetic all year round, but also make your life look like a movie star life rather than just living in the gym and having nothing outside of it. Fellas, the first principle, which is absolutely imperative, if you want to succeed training 3 times a week and see substantial progress more than when you're training 6, 7 times a week, you need to focus on these 2 things. It's intensity and intent. And what I mean by this is every single rep and every single set has to count. You need to go to the gym with a purpose. You need to know exactly what you're doing there, what you're trying to accomplish, and you need to make sure that when you are training a certain muscle group, you're actually getting something out of it. So many guys go to the gym and they literally just go through the motions. They move weights from A to B. They do really long workouts that are an hour and a half, 2 hours long, and never end up actually getting past the newbie gains, and they're stuck with an average physique forever. One of the easiest ways to actually improve on your executional movements and have more intensity in the set and intent is by actually being observant while you're training, thinking, am I connecting to this exact muscle group? If you're doing a bench press, do you really feel every single chest fiber stretching, getting stimulated, and getting pumped up? That is what you need to be doing. And if you don't feel that, you need to start adjusting the exercise, finding what works right for you with your biomechanics. The way we're actually going to be able to train 3 times a week and have enough intensity to build muscle is by focusing our workouts around compounds. A good framework I like to do to make sure we're getting a lot of bang for our buck when we're training and we're not spending 2 hours at the gym 3 times a week is by doing 3 compounds and 2 accessory lifts. This way we can train enough of, get enough volume for our muscles to see significant progress, build aesthetics in the right places, and build that high status aesthetic physique. Now, when we're talking about building muscle in the right places, this is the most important thing. We do not want to go to the gym and just do the exercises that we think we're supposed to do. Everyone says, just do squat, bench, and dead and bicep curls afterwards and you're okay. That is going to build you a weird looking physique. If you really want to build an aesthetic physique, there's a few muscle groups we need to focus on, and we're going to attach this to a few compounds and key lifts that are going to be our main focuses of progression. If you do this, there's no way you can't build an aesthetic physique regardless of your genetics. So number 1, we need to focus on upper chest. With our upper chest, we're going to be focused on any type of incline pressing. It literally does not matter if it's dumbbell, Smith machine, barbell, whatever is your favorite. If you enjoy movement, you're going to train it harder. Next is our delts. If we want huge 3D round delts that actually make you appear wider and have a better physique, we need to make sure dumbbell lateral raises is our key movement we are trying to progress. So many guys go to the gym and they just do 15, 20 pounds on dumbbell lateral raises and their delts never grow. It's because they're not pushing themselves. You need to set yourself a goal. In 1 year, I will be doing 35 pounds for 10, 45 pounds for 8. Make sure your strength goals are set at a ridiculous amount and always go to the gym with that goal in mind. Next, we're going to be talking about the lats. You actually don't need super wide lats. If you get too wide of lats, you end up looking like a bodybuilder. When you walk, it starts looking strange and clothes don't really fit the same. I would highly suggest that doing wide grip pull-ups, which is still going to work your lats, but it's also going to develop your upper back. And that's really what's going to make your back look extremely aesthetic and stand out. Any pull-up variation is fantastic, and we want to add weights to these. Anything that is controlling our body weight, such as pull-ups, dips, even push-ups, are the best exercises to get strong at over time. When it comes to our legs, we want lean, aesthetic, powerful legs. This means that they're actually usable in the real world. You can run fast, you can jump higher, and they still look like you work out. They don't need to be massive bodybuilder legs. So to do this, we're going to be doing any type of squatting pattern, high bar squats, hack squat, pendulum, it really doesn't matter, but focus on actually contracting your muscle while you're doing it. So many guys just squat down, bounce out of the hole, come back up, and their legs never change. And that was me for many, many years until I focused on slowing it down, making sure my foot pressure was correct when squatting. For example, if you want to train your quads, you want to put more pressure on the balls of your feet at the front, about 70-30 weight distribution from front to back. And this is going to allow you to contract your quads 10 times more. When it comes to arms, just stick to the basics. You do not need crazy variations. Literally do barbell curls, dumbbell hammer curls, cable curls. It does not matter. We want our arms looking muscular. We want to get strong at these as well. We do not want to be sitting at the baby dumbbells at the end of the rack. We want to be moving our way up into the bigger numbers, 40s, 50s, and so on with the dumbbells. And that's how your arms will really stand out. You need to remember that your goal is to build a symmetrical, proportionate physique, not just lift like a powerlifter. Moving more weight is going to help you actually build your physique. That is what progressive overload is about, but we need to do it with the right exercises in the right places. I know they always talk about building it like a sculptor, but it really is like that. You need to make sure muscle is in the right places and you will look a lot bigger, heavier, and leaner than you actually are. And fellas, if you've been training for a while, you feel like you're not making the progress you want, no matter what you tried every diet, every type of training, and you want to expedite the process to building that aesthetic physique, just like my clients have done in 6 months to 1 year, which has completely changed their life. Not only their physique, but everything starts to flow beyond this. It is a cascade effect. Book a call me down below. We'll talk about where you're currently at, where you're trying to get to, what habits we need to change to reach your goals, and we'll make it happen. So what's the split we are going to be using to actually accomplish this? In my opinion, the best way to do this is doing upper body rest, lower body rest, upper body, and then 2 more rest days. This way, we're training our muscles twice a week. Other than our legs, we're only training them once. But if we train them with enough intensity, we will get enough stimulus to actually build muscle. But we really want to focus on that upper body, and we want to split it up into 2 sessions. So upper body A, which is going to be push focused, and upper body B, which is going to be pull focused, meaning we're doing slightly more prioritization to our back and biceps on pull day and chest, shoulders, and tries on our push day. On our leg day, not only are we going to be training legs, we're also going to be training our neck and our abs. These are the centerpieces of your physique, and they really bring everything together. You could have the most amount of muscle, but if you have a tiny neck, you are going to look weak. You're not going to look masculine. You're going to look less attractive, and it really throws off your proportions. And abs is the first thing every single person looks at. It is the centerpiece, as I said. And if you have a strong core that's well developed, regardless of how your ab genetics are, your physique is going to stand out amongst others. And you need to make sure you're tracking these metrics. This is imperative. If you have a notes app, a notebook, literally anything, log this down week over week, and you will see the progression over months. But when you're looking at it constantly and showing up to the gym and just guessing, you're never going to know if you're actually making progress. And this is where 99% of guys go wrong, and they end up falling off because they don't see the progress they're actually making over the months and years. See, you want to build this physique because you feel like you lack confidence or you're not as attractive as you could be, and you know you're capable of more. You know you can still level up your character. But the truth is, your physique is just the foundation. You need to make sure that along with building this physique, you are building up other traits, other aspects of your life. And this is where you're going to build the confidence, doing all the things you know you need to do. I could give you this physique right now and nothing would change in the way you view yourself because you did not work for it. You need to make sure that your habits on a daily basis line up with the version of yourself you're trying to become. So what I want you guys to do is write down the version of yourself you're trying to be in 1 year from now. What does he do on a daily basis? How does he view himself? How confident is he? How does he act in social interactions? And start writing those down and start taking steps every single day and stacking small wins. The truth is, the physique is not going to fall in your lap one day. You're not going to wake up and be like, oh my God, I have it. No, neither is the confidence. You need to build this up by stacking those wins, doing the things you know you need to do that are difficult every single day. And that's how you truly build the movie star-esque physique, but along with it, the posture, confidence, and calmness to actually make it possible and amplify the physique that you've built.